Alright, welcome back. We are in Space Engineers 2. This is going to be Vertical Slice 2.3, and I'm recording this on July 20th. I'm giving you the date because this will change, obviously. We're going to talk about towing, and why it's like a drunken cat trying to drive a malfunctioning Roomba right now. My best understanding, it's because Inertia Sharing is not in the game yet. In Space Engineers 2, every grid has its own center of gravity and its own thruster profile. When you connect two together, whether you're using a mag plate, a landing gear, or a connector, they are shared. So the towed ship becomes part of the whole. So when you jump into the cockpit of this Nova 35 ship and you fly it, it has the added mass of this ship, and its center of gravity tweaks it a little bit, but the gyro or gyros you have on the ship you're flying understand what's going on and know how to adapt. Currently in SE2, with there not being inertia sharing, it's akin to, imagine you yourself have very, very bad dizziness and you're having a hard time even standing or walking. Then someone hands you a backpack with 20 pounds of books in it, puts it on one of your shoulders only, and says, have fun, go walk. And you just fall over. That's what's happening. The ship you're flying has a cancerous tumor attached to it, and the gyro in the ship you're flying has no idea what's going on or how to deal with it. There are two ways that I have found that you can help mitigate some of the annoyance of it until they add inertia sharing. The first is some best practices. When you dock your ship, first and foremost, use a connector, not landing gear. I have found that works a little better. Turn off your thrusters, that's pretty obvious. Turn off your gyro. Some people who haven't played SE1 wouldn't realize to turn off the gyro on the towed ship. And also turn off dampeners. So hit Z when you're in your towed ship. When you park it, make sure you hit Z to turn off dampeners. Look at the bottom right hand corner. It's the apostrophe inside the triangle. If I turn them back on, you see it's this kind of yellowy orange color. Turn it back off. That is the best instance of help. I also try to center it real nicely, this ship here. I have three examples because I'm going to show you what doesn't work and what does. I try to center it, make it on the same line. Try to center the azimuth so it's not offset. Just get it on there as nice and neatly as I can, and that tends to help. It is not, however, good enough, and I'll show you on this ship, who has no extra help, how it's not good enough. In Space Engineers 2 right now, the NPC ships come with one gyro, with a singular exception, the Renegade Tisiphone. This is a ship you will get when you are in the Chemic sector and you're in the Caligo station. You are going to be tasked with taking out a Renegade leader. This is the Renegade leader's ship. Inside of this right here and right here, this has two gyros. It is the only ship I have found so far in Space Engineers 2 that has two gyros on it to begin with. This ship can tow my miner with basically no problems. It'll kind of wobble a tiny bit, but because it has the pair of gyros on it, everything's fine. If we go into our gyros and we look here, unfortunately, what everybody knows as the large grid gyro is not currently available in survival in Space Engineers 2. It skips and goes straight up to this monstrosity. So I'll show you what we're talking about here. Here's your little small grid, and then it jumps to the Eye of Sauron. This thing is the size of a Factorum jump drive. It is 2 by 2 by 3. I have placed one in this ship over here. So this is the Renegade center line. This is another one you will be tasked to go get and destroy it. It comes with two containers. If you remove the second container, it fits very neatly right there. This big gyro will completely override the tumorous growth I have parked right there at that spot. Although I will admit, I tried back here, it still doesn't work very well, even with that big gyro. I do have to somewhat center it in order for it to fly nicely. So let's get in this, and I'm going to show you how even doing the right things, turning off the gyro, turning off, well, I have 4 gyros on the little one, turning off the dampeners and everything still doesn't work very well. You can already get some idea of how it's messing up. This takes a bit to get up to speed, but I'm going to show you something for. So the best way to do this is to get up to speed without dampeners on. But you can see it's still wobbling. Let's add my extra thrusters to help. If you stay below 150 meters a second, you can use your dampeners to turn on to slow it down. If you want to go faster than that, the better way is to slow down with S instead of using your dampeners. So I get to 300. Now I want to stop right now. Watch what happens. It's not supposed to do this at all. And it doesn't do this in SE1. Once they get shared inertia, it won't. Now, let's go a different way. Let's go back to where we came from. But instead of turning on dampeners to slow myself down, I'm going to use S to slow down. Just use reverse, and I'm going to show you the difference. It does help. Obviously, this is not enjoyable to drive, but it's better than what it could be. Until you get one of the other ships I'm going to show you, this is what's going to work the best. These options, not this specific ship. So if I get up to 300, and then instead of, I'm just going to hold S. You notice how it's much more controllable now. This will only get you so far. Stops about there. It stops. Now I have to hit it to get on there. Alright, so I'm going to put this ship back, and then we're going to grab a different ship, and I'm going to show you the difference. Now you can see I am parked on the Tisiphone now. This is the Renegade Tisiphone, and I will show you here. It has 2 gyros to begin with. So the 2.5 that we cannot currently build in survival, it already starts with 2. It's the only ship that I have seen that does. So let me show you the difference between this and the Nova 35 that only has a single gyro. Alright, so we'll pick direction. Let's get up to 300. Turn the gyro off, or the dampeners off. Very nice. Now we'll hit the dampeners. You can see it's wobbling just a little bit, but it's actually perfectly fine. This is the best ship to get if you do not want to build that gigantic gyro, because it already includes 2 gyros. So it's going to give you the best drive, the flight, if you want to call it that, of any of the ships currently in the game. And it's also pretty quick. Now this isn't going to go planet side, so that's going to be a problem if you need to be able to go planet side. So we're going to show you one more ship and one more setup so that you can see what that looks like. Alright, now you can see I am on the Renegade center line. I am parked right over the front container. I can park there, it doesn't work quite as well, and I'm also going to jump in a secondary cockpit that I made a while back when I was having troubles trying to figure out how to get this thing to pilot correctly. Now this is the one that I had to add another gyro. If you look here, it's got the 2.5 that it comes with, only one, and I added the 7.5. This ship, if you do not have that large gyro, drives like hot monkey ass if you're towing something. And if you're on a planet towing something, you might as well just explode because it's horrible. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to get up to 300. This is the one that you want to use if you want to go to planet side to space, because it's fast and it's good. Now, because I have this extra gyro on here, if I use my dampeners to stop it, still, it's kind of jittering a little bit. It's kind of still freaking out because I have a ship on tow, but it's perfectly fine. Here is the problem with that large gyro. It's a little wonky. Okay, it's a lot wonky. It really moves. Like, if you need to move this ship in a hurry, you can move this ship in a hurry. If you're about to overshoot, like here, we'll go here and we'll overshoot just a hair, and I'll show you what you could do with it because of how bad this gyro can turn. Oh no, too far. You just do an expanse move and spin that thing around like the Rocinante. It's pretty impressive. Anyways, so big gyro on a ship that you can fit it. Unfortunately, it's also really expensive. 4 mainframes and 8 lasers is not cheap. It's not cheap in any stretch of the imagination. So as long as you're okay with the expense of it, that's a good way to go. It works really well on this ship because you really need more than one large container. I've gone planet side with this weighing 1.1 million, and it's a little tough to keep it airborne with 10 up. I added 2 more for 12 up, and it helps, but it can still sink a little bit at 1G. So big gyro if you have access to it, the Tessaphone if you do not, and pray if all you've got is one of the smaller ships. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one.